Hey people, Indrid here, 1v1, Ashes of Typhon. Blue side is Fathom as a Warboss, a melee hero walking through objects, very good offense, disruption and support from the front lines. Up against is 31st of October is my birthday. Well, happy belated birthday as an Apothecary support hero fighting in melee combat. By default, begins with a heal and a passive health regeneration aura. I believe this is local ghost, so that's what I'll call them. I hope I'm right about that, also known as GoldStar recently. No double shooters for Fathom and no more sluggers, suggesting we're going to see some looters or storm boys come out straight away. I'd love to see double storm boys up from Fathom. Some good old tactical marines, of course, from local ghost. No further scout squad. We're going to see double gens go up, which might suggest assault marines, which could be dicey against a Warboss. He's got some decent anti-melee stuff with his spiky armor and his big stomp and just his regular stomp. The big stomp is quite nasty though with the stun, with sluggers alongside him to tear things up. Speaking of the sluggers tearing things up, are they going to engage this Apothecary here? They probably should. There we go. They're in on him. Local Ghost could have tried to been very, very sneaky there and like stood next to those rocks so that he couldn't be surrounded. As you can see, he's doing it right there. Getting into the corner so that the sluggers can't surround him and can get some good specials and stuff. Scouts with shotguns up. And the Apothecary is going to get on that wreck point now. Meanwhile, where is the Warboss? Oh, they've gone down the west side to cap Local Ghost's natural straight into Storm Boys. Awesome. Node is up there, so they can't easily steal it, but these guys are going to steal his natural victory point. He's fast capping tactical marines. They might get jumped soon, though, if they go for the wreck point after. Right there. I think they are saving for assault marines up. Local Ghost. Got the shotguns, of course. Warboss is on power now with Shooter Boy's support. Should be able to get at least one of these generators, I think. Are the scouts going to come and defend? Doesn't look like it. Attacks have been caught by sluggers and now by storm boys jumping in. These storm boys have power melee weapons, so they're a big threat to heavily armored tactical marines. You saw the nice dodge there. The storm boys backing off that shotgun blast so they weren't knocked over when the sluggers were. They did help out the attacks since it did back them off. And they didn't drop a model. Warboss busy on the powers, going to get both the gens. Storm Boys coming to help shut down this area. Might be a bit of a dicey escape here from the Apothecary. Needs to try and avoid too much confrontation on his way back. Oh, but has got purification vials. Maybe now he's looking for a fight. Just throw it at his feet. There it is. Very hard to dodge once you're in there. I think they're going to be alright. Bolt pistols can do some work though. Yeah, they'll be fine. Can't get 3 models. Pain Boy up now for Fathom to support the melee infantry with the heal over time. Git source. Apothecary just healed himself. Maybe we'll see the Sanguine Chainsword for this guy so he can operate on his own a bit better. I wonder, can he take on default sluggers with his Sanguine Chainsword? Is that heal enough? Not sure. It's probably a close fight based on special attacks and stuff. Pain Boy is chasing him down, doing some good damage with that damage over time knife he has. It can be a little bit confusing with sluggers and the Pain Boy. You just saw him run up to the Apothecary and just fire the pistol. That's actually a melee animation when he does that. They just kind of fire the slugger gun at point blank range and that counts as a melee attack. Assault squad is up, already fighting stuff, jumping into Shooter Boys, but the Storm Boys and the Warboss is there. It's a good stomp. Storm Boys can slice them up with those power weapons, popping their war, taking out a model. Surprised Local Ghost stayed in that fight actually. Why did they jump the Shooter Boys instead of just jumping away? What were they hoping to achieve? They're not going to win that fight. Oh, hey, we see the Sanguine Chainsword. Shotgun blast. Grenade actually missed because of the shotgun blast. Maybe they were trying to shotgun blast them back that way and they got into the wrong angle. Painboy doing some decent work. Kills a scout. There's that heal on hit for the Apothecary. Kraken bolts pop just to look pretty. Won't do extra damage to a Painboy. What is the DPS of this sword again? 38.46, so not quite as much DPS as the Force Commander's default chainsword, which is around 40 DPS. 25 health with each melee attack and 10 health on bolt pistol hits. Not bad, eh? Tier 2 for local ghost. On the power though is Fathom. Has the Warboss taken any damage at all? Seems to have been hanging out here the whole game. Got the Bang Bang Hammer and those Cyborg implants, which are bad news for the Assault Squad. Assault Squad are reinforcing here. 369 to 465. Shooter boys decapping the wreck point as well. Trading power though, I guess. Can they stop it? Sluggers weren't upgraded. Yeah, so they're going to struggle there. They're just going to get shotgun blasted and then shot down. And then the Apothecary will get in on them. Got both the gens. Shotgun's getting nice and close for maximum damage there. So they are going to trade power. Big shooters up for the shooter boys for the on-demand suppression from aiming. What's that? And more DPS on those guns and range. Scouts get their sergeants. Have they queued something up here, local ghost? No. Librarian. Always good, I think, for that smite as stuff runs in, and also getting Assault Marines out of trouble with his gates. Can be super aggressive with them with their jumps and stuff if you can do that. Painboy automatically gets the unstable fuel injection in tier 2, I believe. Allows him to explode an orc. Probably want to use it on sluggers and not storm boys, because storm boys cost power to reinforce. But in a pinch you can do that. Helps them to escape because it knocks back and stuff as well. Yeah, Assault Marines just butting their head against the storm boys and the Warboss is not going to work out great. Level 2 Warboss here. What about the Apothecary? Also level 2. So good. Purification Vials. Bolt Pistol might be able to finish off the sluggers, and does finish off the sluggers. Was he not close enough to heal them? Painboy? I guess not. They were off decapping that. Faster reaction could have saved those sluggers there. They weren't upgraded. Fathom does get more up. The shooter boys also have their Knob Leader. He gets a twin linked shooter. Assault Squad continue to try to defend this power, but I'm not sure what they expect to happen here. They got this sergeant up. Storm boys just run in on him. So he'll know that local ghost is tier 2 now because of that sergeant popping up. That was a special attack from the Warboss. Still has the stomp. Merciless Strike goes in. Not using the stomp here. Bang Bang Hammer buffing on hit. Did not use the stomp, I don't think. Very odd. Kills the Apothecary, who did throw the vials, but Storm Boys can be quite vicious to a single entity with all those power weapons getting attacks in. Painboy getting the VP back. It's all very red up here for the Space Marines, isn't it? The map looking insanely red. Fathom may be hyper-focusing on this power a bit too much. The Warboss is still here. Tactical Marines having to shoot the node down. Here comes the Warboss, and he'll mess them up pretty good with that hammer. 75 melee DPS. I think it's around 150 per hit. It really hurts. So I think it swings every 2 seconds. These guys getting a sergeant. We might see them turned into Stern Guard because Hellfire rounds are awesome. There's a lot of light infantry around. Apothecary revives himself. Not sure if it was a Laraman's. Yeah, it must have been a Laraman's because they are missing health and they would have come back full if they repurchased. Odd boys for the Warboss now. Just kicks the scout. Should be okay. I think that's the first time they have retreated the Warboss. It's been out here for ages. Look at this. Gens on the central power node. That's very odd to see. Very, very odd. Sluggers with burners now. Getting their power back. Still no tier 2 for Fathom. They are now floating, and they immediately go tier 2. Storm Boys with use your choppers now. Global buff from the Warboss, increasing their melee damage and melee skill. Makes them even more dangerous, because look how many knockbacks and specials they're getting on those Assault Marines. If that Purification Vials wasn't there, they might have been able to stay in and wipe out those Assault Marines. Having to repurchase their Sergeant now. Apothecary now has armor of the Apothecarian for the advanced healing. Might mess with his like melee prowess because it does slow him down a lot. So might not be able to like chase stuff around in melee and get hits while it's active. You could just use it between fights. I don't think they have enough energy for a grenade. Oh, they're trying to get it. There it is. They needed the 60. Couldn't quite get it in the right spot. It was very hard to predict exactly where they were going to go around that object there. Do they have a Nob Leader queued up? They do not. Had to reinforce some models, I guess. There's Angels of Death from Local Ghost. I still think this is a really bad fight to take. We'll see how it goes. That's a good Merciless Strike. Purification Vials thrown on his own assault squad there. Like right on them. And they dropped a couple of models, actually 3 models, only the Sergeant remains. Warboss doing some good work with his hammer there. Killed 2 of them on retreat, I think is level 3 now. Apothecary is level 4. 297 to 328. They have improved rocket packs. Got that first, actually. Allows them to jump further and also explode stuff with Bomber Boys. Warboss, you're not interested in the VP, buddy? Can't fight the victory point, eh? Where's he going? Got a bunch of stuff to recap here. Wants to steal the central power, maybe? Even more capping going on. And we have a Librarian for Local Ghost with the Psychic Hood. The Assault Squad has really been in the wars. I feel like they've lost like 10 models or something. There's that Apothecary sprinting around because of armor of the Apothecary. When it's not active, he gets a speed boost when he's out of combat. And improved medical equipment on the way now. Leaning away from the Purification Vials, just more advanced healing stuff. Librarian gets the 4 staff. Using Quickening to change position. Here's the big stomp. Hard Boys up on the Warboss. Really wants to finish this cap, but they're not going to be able to. Force barrier going out. Some friendly knockback there, but they're able to jump in on the Shooter Boys. Storm Boys do not have their Nob Leader still. You got some tank busters though for Fathom. You need to try and get this power back. Assault Squad on them. And they're going to lose models quite quickly. Are they going to jump after them? Oh, they can't. They don't have the energy for it. Tactical Marines with their Sergeant. They did not get Stern Guard. Sergeant's a pretty good fighter by himself. Does more DPS with his bolt pistol than those other fellas do with their bolt guns. And he's good in melee. Sluggers get their Nob Leader. They got their Nob Leader before the Storm Boys did. Even though the Storm Boys have leveled. Huh. Pain Boy hasn't got the stronger Git source yet though. There's Ard Boys up on the Storm Boys. Fathom is just power starved here, having to make those choices very, very carefully with who gets upgrades and who doesn't. Storm Boys jumping out and using it to escape. Couldn't quite bash that node. They still have that central power. That's very, very interesting. So much pressure on the two natural powers that he just went for the mid one. Working out so far. It's not a fight that these Orks can take here. Especially if that smite lands well. Not even going to bother smiting. Yeah, the staff does give him a decent ranged attack, I think. Yeah, 35. It's more than a default Tech Marine. 286 to 282. Very even on the VPs. Local Ghostos tier 3. I wonder if we'll see a tank with the tank busters around. Assault squad jump. Gets both of them in the disruption. Here comes the Warboss. Kicks one of them. Can't really get a stomp while they're chasing though. There's aiming what's that to suppress. I think that was a special attack that missed there. Heal from the Apothecary. Sluggers coming in. Apothecary trying to run interference. There's the Merciless Strike. It was a decent one and then they run. Now the Apothecary might be in a bit of trouble. Has already used that heal. There's the Purification Vials again. And there's the big stomp. And down he goes. 240 to 282. Triple cap now for the Space Marines. And look how red the map is. Insane map control. Force barrier just to be annoying. So they can't get to that VP as you saw those tank busters knocked over. There are ways off Terminators in terms of red. Where's level... Oh. I thought I saw level 3 tank busters there. What did I see? It was level 3. Just a Warboss, I think. Central power completely bashed, and they have their gens back up here, Fathom. Storm Boys now have their non-bleeded areas with a heavy melee huge chopper. Stuns on landing. But it's only the specific knob leader model that stuns, so you can sometimes get a little bit unlucky with where he decides to land. I'd like to see that changed so that the entire squad gets stun on landing when the knob leader is present. So you can sometimes get screwed with that. Maybe it's just seen as too much of a stun, maybe, if that was the case. I think it's alright for them. Speaking of stuns, big stomp there, and Fathom is really focusing on the Apothecary, and down he goes. It's a good Purification Vials though. User choppers on the Sluggers. Storm Boys run off, trying to finish the Assault Squad. I don't think they're going to get it done. Killed a couple more of them. Did Shooter Boys die? Yeah, Shooter Boys died in that. Death Dread on the way now for Fathom. And Local Ghost with a downed Apothecary. It's probably better to use a Requisition to revive him at this point. Are they going for a Land Raider here? Big stomp. Misses. Sluggers almost died. I don't know why they chased all the way through. To bash the power, I guess. A few tank busters are going to get shot down pretty quick. And even the Warboss runs off. Here's your Death Dread then. Bonus and bits already in. Takes up to 950 hit points, and they don't have any anti-vehicle. They could get a Melter Bomb, and they could get a missile launcher here. Land Raider Redeemer it is for Local Ghost. Pretty rare to see in a 1v1. 180 to 243. Still struggling to stabilize any VPs here. Fathom. Scouts harassing in the back lines and doing some economic damage here. Gonna bash that one gen, I think. Death Dread. There's not a lot to bash here, buddy. Just a couple of nodes for Local Ghost. Takes so long to make those Land Raiders. Is it 75 seconds or something? I know it used to be. Gates of Infinity gets those tacks out of trouble. These guys are gonna melt a bomb the Death Dread and then just jump away. Does some damage and slows it down for a while. Sluggers with Hard Boys in on the tacks. Shotgun scouts coming in. And there's the blast. The smite was on the tank busters, interestingly. Look at that special from the Librarian. Sends them scatty. Full staff. Really good special on this thing. Warboss trying to kill scouts, I think. Yeah. The scouts are still a big problem with their shotguns and their grenades. And then gets away, I think. Does indeed get away. Where are the Storm Boys right now? Oh. Hanging around here. The map looking a bit more blue. Not sure what the Death Dread is up to. He's just hanging out over here. Okay. Maybe he's going off to check gens again, but there's no gens up. Power bash here from local Ghost. Storm Boys in on the scouts. They're gonna die. Down they go. Scouts eliminated. That's one annoying thing dealt with, I suppose. Where's the Land Raider going? Land Raider's right here. Flame Storm Cannon, Spinning Assault Cannon, and a Molten Melter. So if you can get close to the Death Dread, you can get those big Molten Melter shots. I guess it's now the retreat point for local Ghost as well. So can afford to be way more aggressive. Down to only 3 units at the moment. Librarian is in trouble. Uses the force barrier to try to escape, but there's some stuff that's too close. Are the Storm Boys going to jump? No, they're not. They're going to fight the Assault Squad. There's the Merciless. Needs to use it to escape. Sluggers could turn and fight them as well. Couldn't quite get the Librarian. Sluggers, oh, they didn't go after the Assault Squad. They could have got a model, I think, at least. Here's the Land Raider Redeemer. They did indeed retreat back to it. Also provides reinforcement and a health regen aura. More Assault Marines for local Ghost. Okay then. Got double Tank Busters and the Death Dread, all of which can go after the Land Raider. Oh, the Warboss did go down. Storm Boys also have a heavy melee weapon on that Knob Leader, of course. There's the Melter. Apothecary using advanced healing a bit too soon. They're not in range. There we go. They're going to try and fight it. Tank Busters doing their tank busting. Pain Boy trying to melee the Land Raider a bit. Storm Boy's looking for a flank. You can't get rear armor hits on the Land Raider though. It's very, very chunky. That tank buster barrage would have been incredibly painful. It was a little bit further up. Is the Death Dread going to survive? It's now just toe-to-toe with the Assault Marines. They jump the tank busters though. Can it stay far enough away from that Land Raider? The Warboss back to his feet. Goes straight after the Apothecary. Pain Boy coming in as well. Could maybe get a lucky special. Heals himself with the Git Source. Just takes a little squig. Swig, I should say. The squig is something else entirely. Death Dread lives. Big Stomp comes in. Oh, they're trying to go after the Apothecary here. There's Angels of Death to try and get the kill. Apothecary falls. Death Dread lives. 2 hit points on the Death Dread. Down it goes. The Land Raider is so far forward though. It's not going to get out of here. 180 to 147. Double tank busters get it done. Is this your second? No, this is the first Assault Squad. Level 4 now. The second Assault Squad is fighting in the mid. Storm Boy's going to get away. Level 4 Storm Boys. That Assault Squad barely getting out. Sluggers ripping them up there. Level 3 Sluggers. Look at that special though from that Force Staff. Sends them flying. I assume the Git Source has been used already. Uh-oh. Librarian knocked over a really bad time. Trying to finish him. Goes down. He can really take some hits though, eh? Took a while to take out. There's Ard Boys now on the Sluggers, and they are on a rampage, these guys, now level 4. Holy crap, they're full health. Surely that's it. Local goes down to double Assault Marines and get some tax up. But Fathom has a sizable army, and they are all really leveled aside from those last tank busters that came out. Level 7 Warboss as well. Apothecary is back to his feet, level 6. Fathom's done a great job trying to focus him down. Here's the tax. Another Death Dread for Fathom, and why not? No Land Raider to threaten it anymore. Assault Squad might have to like get into a troublesome position to even throw the multi-melter as well. Oh, sorry, the melter bomb. They could just try to throw a multi-melter at it, I suppose. Just hard enough. Apothecary switching back to Vials. Good, Merciless Strike. To Good way to set up the vials if they were available a bit sooner. Here comes a drop pod to try and reinforce. Looks like it's going to work out. Nicely done. It's like a Space Marine version of Pull the Boys. But now they have to fight a Use Your Choppers buffed Storm Boy squad. The jump will help. Pain Boy's in there. Might need to heal himself though, eh? This has been used already. It's been knocked over all over the place. Another vial throw. Storm Boy's jumping out of it. Still have to use your choppers. Oh, it does last like 20 seconds, that buff. It's so good. 180 to 113. There's Ard Boys now. Merciless Strike though, I think it's dealt with them. Are they going to stay in this, the Storm Boys? They are. They are staying in. There's some advanced healing. Sluggers coming in to help. Now the Apothecary is in trouble again. 180 to 109. Oh, they lost attacks. Where? Were they here? I don't see any tack bodies. Not sure where the tacks died, but they be dead. Not sure. There's a lot of bodies around. But hey, we got some fresh ones. What can go wrong? It's not like there's a new Death Dread or anything. Oh, they died over here, look, trying to get the VP. They got Death Dreaded and Warboss. Level 9 Warboss now. I guess he just completely forgot about them, like I did, as they were microing those double assault marines. Ard Boys up again. Massive usage of those Warboss globals. It's been awesome. Really got to spam those things. Got the cap as well, fellas. Well done. Level 4 sluggers now retreat. There's a triple cap for Fathom, and surely they have this in the bag. Assault squad will try to use a jump to get to the VP, I guess. Not sure where the Storm Boys are now. They're coming out of base with the Pain Boy. Didn't fully reinforce though. They are very power starved. Oh, here's a war truck. They've got us reinforcing the field now. 2 to 1 for Fathom. Apothecary and Assault Marines. Are these level 4 guys? These are the level 4 guys. At least they survived. 180 to 23. Did the other Assault Marines try to come over here? Yeah, they did, look. Oh, it's Vanguard Veterans now, that's why. Getting confused about the rosters. Angels of Death. Vanguard Veterans trying to hit the War Truck. I thought maybe they were switching to the Power Fist, but they weren't. Advanced healing, vials, user choppers. Pain Boys in there too. Some massive brouhaha at the end. Apothecary barely makes it out. Attacks with their Sergeant. Can get onto the VP now. Devastator's up. Storm Boys with a very staggered jump. Apothecary. Oh, he didn't retreat. He just sprinted away with the armor of the Apothecary. And there's Ard Boys up on the Storm Boys now. They are very, very low though. Need to jump away, I think. There's a special. That's bad. They really need to jump away or use Pull the Boys or something. Storm Boys wipe. Got the VP though for a double cap. And I don't think these guys can kill stuff enough or fast enough for the War Truck not to be able to reinforce them. Just sacrifice those Storm Boys to keep the pressure up here, I think. There's a GG. And there's the double and there's the victory. Was indeed a GG. Awesome stuff. Had a level 10 Warboss. He knew how to bang bang. And a level 7 Apothecary. The overcommitment of the Land Raider. You see it so often. And just lost track of some stuff at the end there. As did I. But there you have it. It was a fun one. Didn't see any Gretchens. Was hoping for some Gretchens. But you can't have it all. I got Storm Boys. I got level 4 Storm Boys by the end there. And they still died. So superb. Thank you for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time.